Hey everyone, it's Erica. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a layout for Jillibean Soup Design Team, and I'm going to be using this new cut file that says all the feels, and I cut this out on some white American Crafts cardstock. The collection from Jillibean Soup that I'm going to be using is the You Make Me So Happy collection. I love this collection so much. So I'm going to just quickly go through some of the products that I'm going to be using on this layout, and everything that I show you I do not end up using, but I did want to show you everything that I pulled when I got started. Here is a photo of my best friend, one of my best friends, Jamie, and I and our girls, and we had a girls' night. This was back in December, and we had a really, really good time. The girls had fun, and we were laughing and taking photos. We went shopping. We took our photo with Santa, and we also went to dinner. And this was at dinner, and we took this photo while we were sitting there waiting for our food. And we sat, I think, in that restaurant for like 2 hours, just cracking jokes and laughing and having a good time. And it's really nice to get out and have a girls' night and just take the girls out and get some time with them. And then also time for Jamie and I to get together and just, talk and all that kind of girly stuff. So it was fun. The girls had a good time, and definitely going to have to do this again. So I'm going to start out this layout by backing the cut file. I love cut files. I like to use them on every single thing that I do just about. So I'm just going to go through and show you a few of the letters that I back, and then by the power of the editing, you will see the finished product in just a minute. So I'm just going through and picking some of the patterns and the colors that I want to use on the back of this. I trace the inside of the letter and then cut around the trace mark and then adhere it down with my Tombow Mono glue. And I use this glue often. It works really well. It gives me enough time to kind of get the pattern paper positioned where I need it, and then it sticks really well. So I got those three done, and then this is the finished product, and I love how it turned out. I'm going to pull out some Catherine Pooler inks, and I've got the colors Aquatini, Tiara, and Be Mine. These colors worked really well with this collection, and I really like this combo of colors. So I'm just going to kind of decide where I want my photo to go, and then I will start adding some color to my white cardstock. Now, just to let you know, I'm going to go through the process of adding all the color to this white piece of cardstock, and I then pull out some Heidi Swapp Color Shine and add that to the layout as well, because I wanted to add some black to the layout, since I did have a black and white photo and there is a black pattern paper on one of the letters of the cut file, or a couple of the letters of the cut file, and I end up smearing that black ink, so I have to go back and redo another background like this, but I did keep this one in the video, and then this isn't the finished product. I end up pulling another one out. I actually redo it, and then the next day I let it dry overnight and then come back and finish up the layout. So the second time that I do this background, I end up pulling out the Catherine Pooler Midnight ink to use instead of the Heidi Swapp ink, because the Heidi Swapp ink has smeared on me before like that doing a layout, and like I swear I let it dry, and I even took a heat tool to it and it still smeared. So this time I pulled out the Catherine Pooler Midnight ink, and it dried really, really well. So I might just use that next time I want a black splatter. So I'm just going through all the colors, and what I do is I take the ink pad, add it, push it down on an acrylic block, add a little bit of water, get this paintbrush that's like the cheapest paintbrush in the world, and just add my splatter. And then I will also take the acrylic block and then let the color fall off onto the paper, and then take some packaging and kind of smush it into the paper. And I really like the way that the look that it gives. So I did that with the Aquatini ink. And then I'm just going through and then blotting it up with the paper towel or the napkin. Now the Be Mine ink, the color pink, is a little bit darker than the color in the Me So Happy on the pattern paper, but it matches really, really well with the Me So Happy enamel shape. So that pink in the enamel shapes is a darker pink. So those two colors go together. So I think I did add an pink enamel to the layout. So I think it just helps tie everything together. And I'm okay with it not matching the pink in the paper. Even if I wouldn't have put that enamel dot, I would be okay with it not being an exact match. So I think it looks good. So I'm just going through, and then there is that darn pink, or not pink, but black Heidi Swap color shine, which I love the color shine, but for some reason the black always smears on me. I don't know, maybe I need to let it set for a couple days to let it dry. I'm not sure, but anyway, I'm just gonna clean up my mess here, and then I'm going to get a piece of the black pattern paper from the Me So Happy collection, and I'm going to trim down the white paper to 11 by 11 so that I can mat it on this pattern paper. This is my favorite paper ever. I love it. And when I trim this down and then adhere it, I rub my hands across the white cardstock, and that's when I smear the Heidi Swap color shine, and I'm not very happy about it, but it's okay. I redo it, no big deal. Come back the next day, and then finish up the layout. So here I am trimming it up, and I end up trimming up the paper first, and then the second time I did it, trimmed the paper first, then added the color, and then let it dry, and then came back the next day, and it all worked out. So here I am. I'm going to gut this pattern paper just so that I could use the inside piece of this on another project, and my big old fuzzy head is in the way. And I do this often when I mat my white cardstock on a pattern paper. I like to take the insides out, especially if I know that that I really want to use this paper and I really like it. Sometimes I won't gut it if I know I have another piece, or if I know that I'm not going to use that on another project. So here it is the next day. My paper is all dried and trimmed down. So I'm going to take the cut file and add some foam adhesive to the back. And I love this foam adhesive that I have. I've had it in my stash probably for like 10 years. They had them at Michael's years and years ago, and they were like in the dollar spot, and I like bought like a case load of them. And I'm like going down to my last 2 sheets of this, and I'm so sad, because I really like the dimension that it gives. So I'm going to just add the adhesive all over the back of the cut file, and then I will get the cut file placed onto my cardstock where I want it to go. When I have this foam adhesive, after I use all the circles, I like to just trim it into strips and add it. I don't like to let anything go to waste. So here I am, and I'm going to take my Tombow tape runner and get this all full of adhesive, and then stick this down to the pattern paper. Perfect, nice and dry, nothing smears, and I'm super happy. So I'm going to take the cut file, get it placed down onto that white cardstock, and then figure out where my photo is going to go, and I'm going to place it above the word all. And then I'm going to start to embellish my layout. I did pull some ephemera pieces from the pea pod parts. That's kind of tricky to say. And I have them sitting off to the left. You can't see them on camera, but all the ones that I'm wanting to use on this layout are off to the left-hand side of my desk. And of course, I'm going to take this floral piece and trim it in half. That way I can use it in more than one spot. I do this all the time. Just helps stretch out those floral ephemera pieces, because for some reason, there's never enough big floral pieces. I wish that they would put more. And it's not just in this pack, but in most ephemera packs, you usually get like 1 or 2 nice size florals. I wish there was like 5 or 6. So I usually cut them in half so that I can kind of spread out the die cuts. So I also pulled out some epoxies here from Scrap and Happy Studio. I love her epoxies, and I use them in just about every layout that I do. So I'm going to pull out this set here, and it's all about fun and good times, and I'm just going to add this one here, and at the bottom of this epoxy, it's like cut in half in black, and then in white letters it says "so fun." So I kind of tucked the top part of the epoxy under the letter E so that the only thing poking out was the black half circle, and it says "so fun," and I love the way that that looks. Just gonna tuck in some different embellishments. I have this little butterfly here, and I've folded up his wings for some dimension, and then just added the adhesive to the center of his little body, and I used the Eileen's clear tacky glue. I have this little sticker from the 6x12 sticker sheet, and I pulled out the Oh Happy Day sticker, and I'm also going to pull out another sticker from that sticker sheet that says memories, and I'll tuck that under the Oh Happy Day. I do have the Oh Happy Day up on some foam adhesive, and then when I put the memories sticker down, I will lay that flat underneath, kind of tucked underneath that popped up sticker. I have this tab up here that says happy. I got there on top of the photo. And then just kind of getting things stuck down. I have a little floral there kind of poking out of the letter A, also from the ephemera pack. Last thing I'm going to do is add my journaling, and I use my We Are Memory Keepers typewriter to do that, and I'll get that stuck down with some Tombow glue, and that pretty much finishes it up the layout. Last thing I do is add some enamel shapes, but I do that off camera, but you'll be able to see those in the still shots at the end. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll make sure to leave everything linked down below so you guys can check everything out. Make sure to check out this cut file also from Jillibean Soup. I'll leave that link down below for you guys as well. Again, if you are new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. I will catch you guys in my next video. I hope you guys like this, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. I will see you next time. Bye.